You have to agree that cheating is an abuse. I don't have to agree to that because cheating is abuse. Cheating is manipulation. Cheating is abuse, right? That's the entirety of it. A partner who cheats often keeps the relationship intact while quietly stepping outside of it, maintaining affection, routines, intimacy, all while hiding a second life. And that split forces the other person into a situation where their choices are based on false information. You are being held in a place by a story that isn't real, and that loss of control over your own emotional and physical decisions carries weight. It lingers. It reshapes how you trust, how you see yourself, how you move through people after it's done. That's emotional abuse and manipulation. Then comes the manipulation that follows in cheating. That's the reality of it. If you squint hard enough, phrases like, well, that's why I did it, right? I cheated because this person did this, and I cheated because they never buy me presents on my birthday, and I cheated because I needed to leave, but I couldn't. The person we're talking about has a lot of money. A lot of money, can leave anytime they want to. And the kind of language that happens isn't neutral. It pressures, it confuses, it makes someone question their own worth, while the person who cheats keeps control of the entire narrative. And when it becomes serial, when they cheat with a bunch of people, when it's not a single moment, but a pattern stretched across multiple people, now you've got risk layered on it. Health risk, emotional risk, the quiet possibility of diseases, being introduced into a relationship without consent or awareness. And if you do something without consent, that is also manipulation and abuse. That's a whole thing. That's disgusting. That's emotional abuse in the greatest way. And people don't want to say, well, at least he's not hitting her. He's not yelling at her. That's not what abuse is. You don't understand what abuse is. You don't understand what the term means that you're saying, because you don't want to be known as an abuser because you do the same thing. That's what's happening. What confuses people is the label. It's that hesitation to call it abuse because it always doesn't look loud or explosive or obvious, but harm doesn't need to shout to be real. It just needs to exist and leave that little mark. And cheating leaves marks everywhere. It strips agency, it rewrites consent, it introduces risk, and it often comes packaged with manipulation that keeps the injured person tethered longer than they should be because they don't know that they're not the problem. Trying to downplay this feels like minimizing the experience of people who walked through it and came out questioning themselves, their judgment, and their worth, all because someone else chose deception and dressed it up as something smaller than it actually was. I don't want to argue with people about this because you have as much brain as you have earwax, is what I'm discovering. And I'm not even trying to argue with you. I'm telling you the reality of what's happening. That is emotional abuse and manipulation. That is what it is. That is the actual term for it, and that's what's happening. Just because you do it too doesn't mean it's bad, not bad. It's horrible. It's really bad. It's really bad.